Walking through town on a crisp morning, a man heard something that made him stop. A faint cry floated on the breeze. Soft, but clear. He turned his head, trying to find where the sound came from. The peaceful morning air carried the sound again, pulling at his curiosity and concern. There it was again! Following the whimpers, he found himself in front of an old, empty house. The windows were broken, and the front door hung loose from rusted hinges. Faded paint peeled from the walls, and weeds had taken over what once might have been a garden. Most people would have walked past without a second glance. But something tugged at his heart, telling him to investigate further. Looking through a broken window, he saw a small ball of fur huddled in the corner. A puppy. Tiny enough to fit in his two hands. Looked up with big eyes that seemed too large for its face. Though dirty and very thin, the puppy's tail moved slightly when it saw the man, a tiny spark of hope in its otherwise frightened demeanor. The man spoke softly while crouching down to seem less scary. He stayed still, giving the puppy time to see he meant no harm. The house was cold and full of trash. Old newspapers, broken furniture, and scattered debris made a dangerous place for any animal, especially one so young and vulnerable. The puppy watched him carefully, sometimes sniffing at the garbage around it, clearly hungry and searching for anything edible. Its ribs showed through its dirty coat, and its movements were slow with weakness. After a few minutes of soft talking, the puppy took one brave step forward, then another. The man held out his hand with palm down and fingers curled so the puppy could smell him safely without feeling threatened. With its small nose working hard, the puppy stretched to sniff the man's hand. Something about the kind eyes and gentle voice must have felt safe, because the puppy moved closer until the man could lightly touch its head. The connection was immediate. A bridge of trust beginning to form between them. The man felt sad when he felt the puppy's ribs under his fingers. The poor thing had not eaten enough for a long time. How many days had it gone without food or water? How had it ended up alone in this abandoned building? He knew right away he had to help this small creature, who had somehow survived against the odds. When the man asked if the puppy wanted to come home with him, the puppy looked up as if it understood every word. Their eyes met, and in that moment, a decision was made between them. When the man slowly reached to pick it up, the puppy didn't run or bite. Instead, it fell into his arms, too tired and hungry to be afraid anymore, surrendering to whatever fate this human might bring. Holding his new friend against his chest, the man walked quickly home. The puppy shook against his chest, partly from fear and partly from the cold that had settled deep in its small body. The man zipped his jacket around it to make a warm pocket, leaving just enough space for the puppy to breathe comfortably. By the time they reached his home, the puppy was asleep, totally worn out from the stress and excitement of rescue. Inside his warm apartment, the man first got water for the puppy. He filled a small bowl with fresh water and gently woke the puppy, knowing hydration was the most urgent need. After sniffing carefully, the puppy started drinking fast, water dripping everywhere in its eagerness. The man filled the bowl again and again until the puppy had enough, amazed at how thirsty the small creature had been. Next came food. The man didn't have dog food, but he cooked some chicken until it was soft. As the puppy ate with new energy, the man made a bed from old towels in a quiet corner. He found a small box and put his softest blanket in it, making a safe place where the puppy could feel secure and protected from the strange new sounds and smells of its new home. The puppy watched his every move, as if trying to understand this sudden change in fortune. After eating its fill for perhaps the first time in days, the puppy got sleepy. The man gently put it in the makeshift bed, and the puppy turned in circles 3 times. Something all dogs do from their wild ancestors, before curling up and falling fast asleep. Its breathing became deep and regular, no longer the shallow, quick breaths of fear. The man sat nearby, watching the puppy sleep peacefully. He wondered about where it came from. Was it born to a stray dog? Did someone leave it behind when they moved? Had it wandered away from its mother and siblings and gotten lost? Whatever happened before didn't matter now. What mattered was giving this little survivor a good future. A second chance at life. As days passed, the puppy grew stronger. Its ribs no longer showed through its skin as healthy puppy fat began to develop. Its fur became shiny with good food and regular brushing, revealing a beautiful coat pattern that had been hidden under dirt and neglect. Best of all was the change in its eyes. No more fear or uncertainty, only trust and joy in its new life. The man took pictures every day, surprised at how fast the puppy grew and changed. Soon it was running through the apartment, playing with toys, and showing its unique personality. He joined a training class where they both learned to understand each other better. The puppy was very smart and eager to please the man who saved it, quickly learning basic commands and house rules. Sometimes, walking through town, the man would pass the empty house where he found the puppy. He always slowed down, thinking about that day. One small life saved, one big difference made. He wondered how many other animals might be waiting for help in places people rarely looked. Inspired by his experience, The man started helping at the local animal shelter on weekends, cleaning cages, walking dogs, and helping other animals find homes. He also made a social media page showing his puppy's journey from rescue to beloved pet, inspiring others to adopt animals instead of buying them. His simple act of kindness rippled outward, touching other lives and saving other animals. And the puppy? It never thought about its old life. Why would it? The future was too good, too full of treats and gentle pets and the voice of the person who had become its whole world. Each day brought new adventures, new learning, and the security of knowing it would never be cold, hungry, or alone again. The man often thought he was the lucky one, because sometimes those who rescue also need rescuing, and in saving a life, you might just save your own. The puppy had brought purpose and joy into his days, a constant reminder that compassion matters, that every life has value, and that sometimes the smallest choices can lead to the biggest changes.